So my shirt says, it's all good. I know it's backwards right now. I'll do a reverse image later, but it says, it's all good. Don't sweat the small stuff. Stay in the moment. So I don't know where this shirt came from. It came from Steve's warehouse, so somebody must have got it made at some point. And not only does it have like these positive messages on the front of it, it is yellow, and yellow makes me happy. So I'm wearing a happy shirt today. I didn't do my hair, and yeah, I'm a bit late, but only a few minutes and my lovely Steven has set up my background for me. I said I'd sit in this corner because I just wanted something simple. So while I was getting ready, he put the cushions, he even got my light out and everything. So thank you to him for doing all that for me. Hello, my sister friend. Happy Mother's Day in Canada and in America. I hope everybody's well. So I have a few guests today. Yes, that's right. I have 2 guests today. I'm going to let a few more viewers come on, and then I will bring on my first guest. Also with my shirt I'm wearing, this is from when I was like a teenager, I think. A young adult or a teenager. It's just a little chihuahua necklace, that like a really cheap chihuahua necklace. But I needed something. I hate being without a necklace. I think it looks weird. Oh, Steve has another soft pillow behind here for me. And I don't need it because I'm not cold, but there's like a hedgehog blanket. I like having some throws on the couch for when you're watching TV and stuff. I just like being cuddly when I'm watching a movie, even if I'm not cold. It's just a comfort thing. I even bring blankets to the theater. But, you know, I change them for the season. So right now, this is actually one of the summer ones. But because I only have one spring one, I brought this one out so the kids have more than one. So the hedgehog one, and then my other spring one, which you've seen in pictures. And I had it on the back of the chair when I did a live a few weeks ago. It's the hares. So I changed those for the season as well. Scooch. I like the word scooch. So how is everybody today on this lovely May 9th, Sunday, Mother's Day in North America? I don't know if it's Mother's Day in Mexico, but I know it is in Canada and the United States, and that's 2 of the countries in North America. Drinking pop as per usual. And I'm waiting for a few more viewers and someone specifically before I bring on my first guest. So let me tell you about anything this week. Today is a really awesome day. Today is day 365 for Steve working out in a row, 365 days. But I won't talk about his journey because that's his to talk about. But for me, it's been 265 days because I'm 100 days behind him. So yes, today is 265 for me working out. Actually, my arm isn't as strong as I want it to be because I still have that injury right here. So I'm trying to do things with it, but I don't want to push it because I want this to heal. But this one I do my stuff with. So this, which is my right arm, is I use my right hand. I'm dominant with my right, but my left arm is the stronger one right now. So thank you. Melody says, way to go, girl. So I know that I may be having less viewers today in my Canadian viewers because of Mother's Day, but we will see. So I know I keep playing with my hair. I didn't actually do it today, so it's just, well, I had it in a plait, so that's why it's a bit like wavy. And then, yeah, it's just it was a messy plait from sleeping on it, and then when you take it out of the plait, so it's not, but it looks cute, it's different, whatever. Yellow makes me happy. It's all good. Don't sweat the small stuff. Stay in the moment. And the moment right now is Rambling Hour with Lisa, Season 3, Episode 3. So this week I have done, the weather here has been quite gloomy and a bit chilly and kind of miserable, so I haven't really wanted to be outside even. So I've been doing a lot of stuff in the house and kind of just taking it easy. Actually, I haven't worked too hard this week. So this week coming up, there is, so a week from today is the 16th, and it is, Melody's loving my live. Thank you, Melody. The 16th. So we have our immigration meeting next Sunday at, I believe, 2 p.m. 1:30 or 2 p.m. I have it marked down. Don't worry, I'm not going to be late or miss it. But yeah, so I'll let you know how that goes. So that's coming up in a week from today. But other than that, I don't think I have anything really super planned this week coming up. I mean, I know it's COVID time still, so lots of things are, you know, it's not the same as normal, like going out and everything, but yeah. So let me know what you guys have done this week. Anything exciting? I want to be out in the garden. I keep going, I do go out in the garden and I do a bit of a walk around to check if anything new is blooming. And as you guys know, if you look on my Facebook, I add photos of my plants and what's flowering and stuff. But yeah, I haven't got to be out there and get things done like I wanted to. But that's okay because, like I said, it gets me doing more stuff in the house. Yes, so Melody says I'm cleaning the day yard. So she's cleaning in the yard, I'm assuming. And so in Canada and America, a yard. In the UK, a garden. I believe, though, that they're both the same thing depending on how much you maintain it. Because, to be honest, when I got here, this was more of a yard than a garden. Now it's a lovely garden with things growing in it and such. But, yes. Well, it is a quiet Sunday, I suppose. So I'm going to see if my first guest is available. Nope. My first guest is not there yet. So how am I going to do this? Let me just see if I can. Sorry, guys. Sorry that I'm being quiet. Okay, so yeah, for in my garden, things that are in bloom. I mean, there's a lot of roses that are going to be in bloom soon, and some clematis. How do they clematis? My mom's just trying to call on Messenger. Yes. So there is, and tell her to go on to my live on Facebook, not send me trying to connect on Messenger. I don't know why she's forgetting, but Melody, please text Mom. So my mom is supposed to be my first guest because it's Mother's Day, but I know she's out with my other sister, not Melody. So my hand keeps going up here. I hope that's not interrupting the video or pausing the video. So, Melody, I hope you're texting her because this is awkward. Hi, Karen. I can't see all who's watching, so hi, any. I don't know if I can go off of this right now, so I need Melody to text my mom and let her know. Otherwise, I'm going to have to call Alison out of the office and get her to borrow her phone or something. I'm just going to have to sit my pop while everything comes together. Oh my goodness, how silly is this? Now, usually, like I said before, I usually get rid of my clothes if I wear them for my lives because I have too much clothes and I want to wear some of them at least once before I get rid of them. But this shirt is just too happy and too bright to get rid of. It's all good. Don't sweat the small stuff. Stay in the moment. That's like 3 good messages. And it's yellow. Yellow is so happy. I know I'm repeating myself, but yes, Tina, Mom is there with you. Okay, so then I will do this. I just want to steal my mom for a few minutes. Tina as a guest yet either. Oh, I don't know if that cut out. I haven't had my sister Tina as a guest yet either. So that is going to happen one of these days as well. Just adding my mom now. Well, it'll say that I'm with Tina Kenny, because mom is with Tina and we're using Tina's account now. So if Tina accepts this, then my mom should be on. Oh, okay. So Tina, if you're watching, either get mom to sign on or accept or add. Oh, okay. I got it. This is, technical difficulties.
Oh, there.
Hi, mommy. It's okay. They went for a really long walk. So if she's frozen or if the connection isn't good, at least you can see her. Mama. Well, even though she's frozen, it's a lovely background. And she looks really cute smiling. And I hope she's having a good Mother's Day. That wasn't exactly what I wanted her to be on my live for. I thought she'd be on for a little bit longer than that. But we'll see if we can reconnect. I'm not sure where they're walking, but I know that she said that they were going for a really long walk today. So that's really nice. So I'm really happy that she spends time with my sister Tina and her husband Ryan and their kids. Again, I talk about Declan and Felicity all the time on here. Felicity is 3 and Declan is 6. I think it'll be 7 in July. So, no. Yes, because he was born just when me and Steve started dating. Me and Steve, I guess that happened as well. Yesterday was 7 years since me and Steve started dating. And when Steve came to visit me in Canada, it was August when he first met my siblings, my parents, and my children. And that's when Declan was not even a month old. So, yeah, 7. So Declan will be 7 this year. All right. So I do have another guest, and they're going to be coming on at 8:30. So 8:30 my time, 1:30 Mountain Standard Time on the prairies in Canada. I don't know what time it is now, but I'm sure they will, I'll know when they're on. So what shall we talk about? I know I'm a little bit wiggly and moving a lot. I think I'm just trying to build up the energy. So one of the things I journal, that I showed you guys a few weeks ago, I was talking about the Way of the Tortoise journal. And I've been doing that every day. I think it's 7 weeks now that I've been writing every day. So this is my routine. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. I get the kids up, then I go back to bed, and then I get up at 8 o'clock, and the kids leave at about 8:20. And so I make sure that everything's good with them. And then I get up and I make Steve's breakfast and then bring it up to him in the bedroom. And my breakfast, but right now my breakfast is a bit different than his just because of the program I'm on. And then I bring him his breakfast while he's eating. I make his lunch and then get it ready. And again, he could do all the stuff for himself, but I don't mind doing it because he works out of the house. So I feel like my way of putting in is to help in the house. And so making the meals. And plus I know if I don't make him lunch, he won't eat, and that's not healthy. So I'm just going to see. My mom said she's at the lake with a bad connection, but we'll try again. So I make Steve's lunch, and then when that's done, I sit down and I do my to-do list for the day, my journaling, and so the Tortoise Journal. So I've been doing that every day. And one of the questions every day is what am I going to do for others today? And so because I don't go out a lot, or I don't, socialize a lot, thinking about what I can do for others, I make meals for the family, and I do laundry and have a clean house and stuff like that for the family. But I try to send out positive energy, and I post my positivity things every day and my daily humor and such. So I'm hoping that those things get out there. I hope that it makes a difference to people. And so the other day, well, yesterday actually, I you know, I wonder if the things that I do help people to have a better day, or if they can feel my positive energy when I put it out there. And two days ago, like, yeah, my post for the 6th or 7th was like, I want, and I put like, it's a photo a day thing that I do, and I put a picture of strawberries. I want strawberries. And that's okay, Mom. Mom says it won't work. We got to see you, and I love you, and I hope you have a really good Mother's Day. I love you. So yeah, so I put in strawberries, and then my friend Amber from Canada, I went to high school with her. She wrote, "You inspire me" on it, and I wrote, okay, like, I'm glad that I inspire you, but I don't know how me wanting strawberries has inspired you. And then she wrote this really nice comment, and just about how I am positive and all these really nice stuff. And I have it on my phone, but I can't look it up right now because I'm using my phone for the live. But what it was like, the words that she said was what I needed to hear, to know that even if it's just me posting positive things on my Facebook and my Instagram, or sending out my, like, trying to send out my energy to those people that I love, or doing these lives or whatever, like, that if I inspire people to be a better person, to be a happier person, and even when, like, I wasn't even trying to do it with this. I don't know if she realized that the reason that I want strawberries is because I'm allergic to strawberries. So something that I want, and I need to take a picture of it, something in the house that I wanted that I can't have, is strawberries. But what she said is that I remind her to pay attention to the simple things in life, the little things, and, you know, appreciate those things. And so, yeah, so in a moment that I just thought I was doing something for me, doing this photo challenge, is a moment that I inspired somebody and made them feel the way that I want to inspire, without it even being the post that I was trying to use as an inspiration. You know what I mean? So besides the fact that I'm on a live right now and wearing a happy yellow shirt, like sunshine yellow, and it says it's all good, don't sweat the small stuff, and stay in the moment. Besides that, you know, I can't make it more of a positive message than that. I wonder how much of my sunshiny personality actually helps and inspires people. I don't know, but that is part of my goal, you know, in life, is to make people's lives better, even if by accident. Although like I said, I do try. So one of the reasons that this shirt means something to me as well is not just about living in the moment and staying in the moment, but that is something I try to do, which is mindfulness. Just appreciating, because if you live in the past all the time, it's okay to remember your past and remember good memories. But if you live in the past all the time, if you're trying to get your favorite time period, and always wishing you were back there and how good life was there and everything, then you're missing out on your whole life, because things are happening right now. And if you're thinking about the future, and again, it's okay to dream and do this. I mean, I know what I want, like, you know, the home renovations, and I want things done and how they're going to be and everything else. So I definitely in my head sometimes thinking about, oh, won't this be great when our kitchen's done, or when we have this. But if you do that too much, then you're not living in the moment. You're somewhere else, and things are passing you by. So as great as it is to do those things, you need to be right here, right now. So let's look around. What do we have? It was very cloudy, like I said, all week, and now the sky has cleared, and I can see a nice blue sky with some clouds, and like little fluffy clouds, and it's really beautiful. And then as I was looking, there's a blackbird sitting on the edge of the building behind our house, and obviously the garden that I can see out the window. Yellow, sunshine, happy, cute little cushions. Actually, they're just cheap cushion covers from IKEA that covered some pillows. A comfy couch. What else is in the moment? I have pop. Life can't get better than that, can it? So in the moment, things are good. Tina, don't worry about it. Sorry, my sister's just texting about the bad connection. It's okay. I got to see Mom for a moment, and I understand the bad connection. I hope she's having a great time. You guys are having a really good walk. So just enjoy your day. And happy Mother's Day to you too, Tina, and to you, Melody, and to all the other moms out there. So yes, living in the moment. Also, so yes, living in the moment, important. Don't sweat the small stuff. That is one of the books that I read when I was about 19, and it is a book that changed my life. So it's about don't sweat the small stuff, and it's all small stuff. It means that most of the things that we worry about in a day and give our energy to are usually small things. One of the things it says in it is nothing is an emergency except an emergency. So yeah, how much energy are you giving to things like let's see, say that I didn't put the meat away in the kitchen after supper was done, and I'm worrying that the flies are going to get on it, and like it's a small thing. Just let it go. Okay, it'll be all right. I don't know what I'm, because I'm not a worrier as much, you know, because I read the book. So Lena, hey, good girl. Let's see. Okay, well, let's say the dog barking. I could be like, oh my God, the dog was barking during my live. That's going to ruin everything. And everybody's going to be like, how unprofessional is that? And it was so annoying that the dog barked and everything. And let my mind go, like, really? It's no big deal. She barked. It's done. And I'm moving on. So we tend to give our energy to a lot of things that don't really matter in the big scheme of things. So a year from now, will this matter? You know, and yeah, there's so many good things that I use in my daily life that are from Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. It's a book by Dr. Richard Carlson, and it's been out there for a long time. And they also have like companion books, like there's Don't Sweat the Small Stuff with Money, there's Don't Sweat the Small Stuff in Love, and there's Don't Sweat the Small Stuff for teenagers. And there might be more. I haven't looked. Those are just the ones that I actually own. So Violet says, your posts to get me out of my own head, and it's not work or the kids' needs. It's seeing outside of my bubble. When you asked about your pictures and if people liked them, the wonderful little breaks, and yes, a smile. Thanks, Violet, and I'm really glad that you're watching today. Violet is my cousin Thane, who I grew up with, so he's like a big brother to me, and Violet is his wife. And even though when I was younger, they moved to British Columbia, and I grew up in Alberta. So they moved a bit far from us, so we didn't get to see each other very often. Me and Violet were pen pals for years, and it was so weird because they have 4 kids, but she had kids because my cousin Dana is a bit older than me. Thane and Violet, they're both older than me. They had their kids before me, which makes sense. But Violet in her letters would tell me about the kids and such. And I always wanted to be a mom since I was 13. Like I planned on being a mom. But it's so interesting that all these things that she was going through with these kids so many years later, and then I have 3 kids, and I was going through all these things. And it's just great that we, even though she's like Thane and Violet are older than me, like I said, because Thane's like a big brother to me, because we were close when we were growing up, it's like my brother's wife type thing. So it was really nice that we got to stay in touch that way with letters and everything else, because this is before social media. And yeah, so we got, yeah, and now because of social media, the kids are on Facebook as well, so we can know each other that way and everything. And one of my best memories in recent years of Thane, Violet, and the 4 kids is because they lived in British Columbia, and that's a province here, and then Alberta is here, then Saskatchewan is here, and I moved to Saskatchewan, and I've lived in Saskatchewan for 7 years before I moved here. They drove all the way from BC all the way to Saskatchewan for my first wedding in 2009. That meant so much to me. The fact that they were all there for me, but not only that, that it was a long drive, I'm sure, but they did that for me, and that it still makes me happy that they did that. So if I didn't tell you before, Violet, you guys driving across all the way for me meant a lot to me and still does. So thank you for doing that. And I wish we could see each other more, but I'm so grateful for social media and for internet and technology that we're able to do it this way. So I am really happy to know that any of my posts, even if it's my gardening pictures or my daily humor, if people like the same kind of humor as me, give people a break from their lives and just give them something interesting to look through, especially when a lot of stuff on the internet can be negative and people complaining about life or not being happy. And Violet says Chantal loves your rambling hour. Oh, that's good, because I'm good at rambling. There's two types of rambling, and I'm probably a rambler both ways. Rambling with the talking and rambling like walking, like what Tina and Mom and Ryan and the kids are doing right now is rambling around the lake. And Samantha's here now, and she says she loves my posts. So I'm really glad to hear that. I need this feedback, not just to feed my ego, but to, when I get the feedback, it makes me feel good, which makes me want to continue to help other people or to spread positivity in any way that I can. I also realize that because I can ramble, because I have a big mouth, and I talk a lot, that it's more important for me to be able to say things that other people would love to say but aren't as open as me or as willing to put themselves out there as me. So I try to, Violet will attest to this, as will Melody and everybody else who knows me growing up, that I'm not saying I'm mature and I'm still quite childlike, but I have matured a lot since I was a teenager in certain ways. And like, and although I still have a quirky personality and I'm quite different than other people, I have learned a lot about how other people are and stuff like that. And I try to be compassionate and sympathetic to other people. So I try to be there for them for anything that they're going through. And yes, I don't know. I'm just babbling now, rambling. So I'm just going to look at what time it is. All right. So my guest should be ready anytime. And Melody says, I love your posts, pictures, and rambling hour, but I'm biased. Melody, doesn't hurt to have fans, even if they're my favorite people, you know, related or not related. So you can be my sister, my friend, and my biggest fan. I don't mind. I appreciate it as well, because then it makes me feel like even on the days that no one else is watching, I know that Melody or Samantha will probably be there. And I know Samantha works now. She'll tell us about it because she is my guest. So I'm going to have her on right away. And now that she works, she might not be able to watch my lives live, but I know she catches up with them later. And the good thing is that, I think I said this last week too, but because I just ramble a lot, and I know I do actions with my hands, but for the most part, it's, well, I thought, you know, about like people watching these or listening to them, but I listen to podcasts all the time. And even some things on Netflix, even though there's like things you're supposed to be watching, I listen to them. And there's some podcasts that some of the episodes of the podcast are a bit boring and some of them are really good. But I listen to all of them because I'm just, you never know when there's going to be something in there to take away from. So in that sense, I know that even my rambling hour for a live is not a big deal for someone to listen to in their headphones while they're cleaning or doing something else. And maybe out of the whole hour, I might say something relevant. We don't know because I don't even know what I'm going to say. I don't have a script. Anyways, let's welcome Samantha as soon as this works. So for those of you who don't know, Samantha is my best friend here in the UK.
Hi.
Hello, Samantha.
Okay, so I am snuggled up on the bed with Tyler's cow blanket over me.
Very nice. I don't know if you've been watching since the beginning, but I have blankets too.
I didn't see the blanket.
This is a hedgehog one.
Alex's nickname is Hedgehog.
Whose is?
Alex.
Alex is Samantha's other half. I said it right this time.
Yeah. You will never be forgiven for that.
I know why I said.
I got a hair in my mouth.
Samantha
Really
is
good
Alex's
timing.
better half.
Yes, I am. So I have a hair in my mouth. There we go.
Hair.
I've got it. I before we carry on with anything else, I want to say about your posts. So my favorite post up to at the moment is your gardening one, your naked gardening day post,
And
where
why?
you are running, you're like that, and you've got the thing draped over you. Oh, I loved it.
But why? Why did you love it?
I don't know. I like you naked. I don't. I'm not sure. I just thought it was so good. I was genuinely jealous that I couldn't do one because I didn't think about filming myself. My neighbors went out, both sides, and I said to Alex, take a picture of me. And he was like, no. I was like, quick, quick, take my picture. And he just looked at me like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, he just didn't get it.
No.
Um,
So,
and Violet said, you were free and inspiring for the rest of us to be free. And Melody said, that was an awesome post. I liked that it was a reenactment from a photo.
yeah, I
Thanks,
love that.
ladies.
They're the reasons. They're the reasons that I loved it so much.
Thank you. Now tell us about your job.
Okay, so I'm a residential care worker for children in care. So there's like magnificent, really big, nice houses that the children live in through this company that I work for, because what they want to do is make sure that whilst they're with this company, they have an amazing time, because they're not going to, when they move on in the future or the past that they've come from, they we need to give them a really good time while they're with us. So the children are, they really, really struggle. Like, I've read stories about things, when you read the books, like A Boy Called It or
Yeah, I
Unloved.
have
There's
that whole
loads of different.
series. So
Yeah,
severely, like some of the most severe cases of physical or mental child abuse
yeah,
or
it's awful.
sexual abuse or
Yeah, it's awful, but I'm quite robust and I can handle, like, I've read all of the cases. I worked at a different place yesterday. They asked me if I'd work at a different house, and I went in, and the stories, like, because you have to read their files to begin with, but the stories, they're just, it's just things that if you'd never imagine, you really couldn't. And then when our children go like, oh, I hate my childhood, I hate my family, and you go, ha, well, you're very lucky. Like,
yeah, but I mean, I was that naive as a kid too. I just assumed other houses were like my house. You don't realize the horrors and nightmares
no,
that some people have to go through.
no, it's awful. But there's, like, we range from care from like very young up to leaving age, which is 18. I've built good rapport with everybody. I've just gone in, got on with things, and I treat it like my house. So, but the children, a lot of their behaviour I can connect to when Tyler was younger, because Tyler went through a very struggling time with regards to her autism. So she used to have very challenging behaviour. And I went on every course you can imagine, everything the like social said, why don't you try this? I was like, yes, I will try everything and anything. And because I was that yes person, I've gained so much knowledge and help to help me that I can put into my new job.
Right. So they say in life that some of our most challenging things that happen to us are some of the most rewarding in the fact that we grow the most from them. And like I would say with my depression, I could say it was a curse and that it was the worst thing ever and life was so horrible, but really I wouldn't be who I am without it. So I wouldn't change it because yeah, I might be an emotional mess and I might have to take medication, but the reason that I am the way that I am is because I've worked on myself so hard for so many years because of my depression. So with that, do you think that having an autistic child who's now 13, and she's lovely, we love Tyla, but do you think that challenge of a child and the situations that it's put you in, do you think that that has helped you become who you are, and that you wouldn't maybe even be able to do the job that you're doing now without the things that you've learned, like you just said as an example, taking the
Yeah.
courses and reading the books?
Yeah, 100%. Like there's no way I'd be able to just like get on with it. So if they're having, let's call it a meltdown, just because it's easier to say that than a tantrum, or because they've been through so much trauma. So let's say they're having a meltdown. When Tyler was younger, I would have broken. Like it was awful. I moved back in with my mum and dad before I could get any help. And also the doctors turned around to me and said, the only way you'll get help is by putting her in care. And I was like, never. I would never do that. So I fought and got everything I could and all the information, and I just turned my emotions off, because I thought, if I don't, then she's going to get to me and I am going to break. So because I can very quickly turn my emotions off, it's quite easy for me to deal with what happens at work. But it's the same with Danielle. So Danielle started to be quite outwardly angry, and like, I've got bruises I do not want, but I know how to deal with it because of what I've already been through. So I'm not phased.
So are you saying that Danielle, who's 3 years old, that she, because she doesn't know how to communicate necessarily what she wants to say, that she's physically acting out, so she'll hit you and stuff right now?
Yeah.
To which is very, I mean, very sad and frustrating, because we know what it's like when we're trying to get our point across, and if we can't get our point across, we get frustrated as well. So
Yeah. So she's just, I know ways to try and help calm the situation, and like change the viewpoint. So she's so angry, let's try and like, we'll cuddle, or we'll just move away from that area, because it could be the area. Or she quite likes to hide in small places to help her calm down, so I'll move towards the table, because her favorite at the minute is going under the table.
right.
So I know ways to, whereas previously I would have just sat and cried. So there's things that I have learned in my, through parenting Tyler, that I can put to work, also to uni, because I'm currently doing an assignment which you are lent on my laptop. So in fact, I shall turn you around. So there is my
Homework.
work. There's loads that I've learned that I can put into work, uni, home life with regards to Danielle, that I am grateful, although it was challenging, I'm grateful to have the knowledge to be able to continue and help others.
That's good. And there's something that I have to remember with certain people who are in my life that I deal with on a regular basis. And I have to remember that a lot of times anger comes out because a person is hurting. So instead of reacting to their anger with anger back, or thinking they're just being really mean, I have to remind myself that they're not trying to be mean. They're not trying to hurt me that way. They are hurting, but they
There's a
won't say
reason.
that. Yeah, they won't
Yeah.
say, I'm hurt, you hurt me. They'll just react in an angry way where they're being vicious. So then I mean back, and that doesn't make the situation better. So until they learn to communicate, I'm hurt, then I need to try and remind myself that they're coming from a place of hurt, and they're putting up their defenses.
Well, this is what I've learned through uni as well. People, their coping strategies for things could be anger, but anger is a secondary emotion. Secondary emotion. What's the word? Reaction is secondary. So you need to figure out why you're reacting angry. What's the reason behind it? So it could be that something's happened, so you're then taking it out on somebody else, or it could be that you're hurting inside, and the only way, like we said, is to communicate, is to be angry. Or it could simply be that they're using transference, so they could see something in you that they didn't like in somebody else, and you remind them by doing one thing of that other person, and all of a sudden it takes them back to that time when
Right. Yep.
they were so angry.
Or as well, and this happens to me too, so I try to tell the kids, listen, I'm in a bad mood right now, so just please leave me alone because I don't want to take it out on you because it's not about you. But so say a phone call, I had a, and so I'm really mad about something, and then somebody else comes in the room and you're like, what do you want? And you take it out on them, but you're not mad at them. Yeah. You're just like you said, the transferring. Like, so I've done that too, but I try to say, listen, if I come across not nice right now, it's because I'm in a mood in my head. Like, don't take it personally. Yeah. I will try not to. And we say that all the time. Like, listen, even if, we say it to them as well. If you're in a bad mood, that's one thing. If you're overtired, that, but you do not take it out on somebody.
Oh, my internet's gone really bad.
No, you're still with me. But
okay, good.
Melody asked how we met, and she also said that job would devastate her, the one that you do. So
we met in the school playground.
Yeah, I was a lonely kid who didn't talk to anybody, and I just sat there.
Sat on the play equipment on her own.
Yeah, I was just sitting there. I would sit there, not just like when I was actually in school. I didn't really. People thought I was a snob because I didn't talk to anybody, but I didn't talk to people because I didn't know who wanted to be my friend and who didn't, and I didn't have time for drama. So when we would pick up our kids after school, I would just sit there on the playground equipment waiting for Erica and Aurora to come out. And then one day this girl sat beside me and started talking to me. Little did we know that our two daughters, Tyla and Erica, are best friends, and in the same class. So that is how we met. So yes, we became best friends, but after our daughters were already best friends.
It was in the stars, though. We already knew, like, Lisa and Samantha were going to be friends, whereas Erica and Tyler, we're more important.
So, yeah, we'll be friends way longer than they will.
Again, my internet's gone really bad again, so you just look really happy right now. You're just like...
you haven't cut out for me, but who knows what the recording's like. So, yes, and then... as some of you may know or may not know, Samantha was my maid of honor for the wedding.
I was, and I was like this big ball of pregnantness.
Big ball of Danielle.
Yeah.
Danielle.
Of babiness who is asleep in the next room.
Right.
So, yeah.
Melody said everything's good. That's awesome about us meeting. And then she said everything's good with the internet and the connection.
Oh, that's good. So if I go like this, it means that my internet is good. Yeah. No, I can see you moving.
I'm glitching.
That reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph. I love that film.
That is a really good movie.
Have you seen the Disney movie Soul?
No, but it's on my list.
Right. So you bought me my necklace, which I never take off, and you bought me the book, which is downstairs on the bookcase.
Bring your necklace closer so people see what it is. I know what it is.
So when losing Oliver, I was really struggling, and Lisa bought me this. It's got a feather on, and it's got an orb on, and it's got little feet, and it says, I can't read upside down. I should know what it says. Mummy of an Angel is what it says. I did know that. I just forgot for a second.
So for those of you who don't know, Oliver is her son who was born in November, and he was born sleeping. So
you bought me the book
Growing Up in Heaven.
Growing Up in Heaven, thank you. And I read that, and it states in the book that it's not the heaven like as in the God and heaven. It's a nice place where souls go, and it really, really helped me. It really, really did. And then I watched Soul, the Disney film, and it connected. It's literally my favorite film now. I made them watch it at work the other day. I was like, movie day, shall we watch Soul? And it connected to the book, and it's this really nice land, and the way the book says how this heaven is how it looks, how it looked to me. And then I saw it in Seoul and I was like, that's it, that is it. So it really, really helped me.
That's awesome. That's great.
Like,
so I will watch. Maybe that'll be my assignment for this week, is for those of you who can and me to watch the movie Soul. The other movie that, for me, the way I always pictured the afterlife, and then when I saw the movie, I was like, whoa, it was like they were in my head and took some of my things out of my head and made this movie. But it's, and I know you know the movie because we talked about it before, but it's What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding.
Yes, that's an amazing film.
I know. And when I saw the afterlife there, I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is how I pictured so many things. But also, because I'm wearing a sunshine yellow shirt, show us what's on your shirt. I saw just a little glimpse of it earlier.
Oh, it's, so hold on, it says mummy and it's a rainbow.
It's a rainbow.
So I've got this, Danielle's got one that says Danielle, and Tyler's got one that says Tyler, and I've got mummy.
Makes sense. But I'm the sunshine today and you're the rainbow.
That's good, because we'd have to have someone who's the rain.
Rain is good too, because it can't live without rain. It's the nourishment, it's the water.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like, at work yesterday we were saying about how we love the sound of rain, and I said I like rain, and also when people step in rain. So the film, going back to a film, Singing in the Rain, when he's actually doing the song Singing in the Rain and it's raining and he's dancing, it just sounds so nice. I could fall asleep to that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Or you could dance in it, dancing and singing in the rain.
Many years ago, I danced in the rain with a guy. It was very romantic. It was about 3 a.m.
I was with somebody and we jumped and ran and sang and danced in the puddles on our walk home, and we took photos, and that was back in the film days, and I don't remember what happened, but none of them turned out. But that was still the memory of like dancing and singing and jumping in puddles and stuff. It was awesome.
Nice. Yeah, I really like that. And I like when you get drenched, when you can get home and you can put the fire on and you can get all cozy and nice. I've actually got my little dressing gown that I always get all nice and cozy in when it's been raining. Like,
well, in this country that'll be often,
because it's freezing. It's so cold. I don't mind being wet, but I hate being cold. The heating's on here, and I've got the blanket, and I've got the dressing gown. I thought I'd behave and like not look as if I was in bed for your life.
Well, you did a job before, but now with the robe on and then the blanket and everything, it's like while we're talking, you're getting cozier and cozier, like you're going to sleep right after.
I am on bed, but I shouted to Tyler. I was like, Tyler, can I borrow your blanket, please?
I did, when Steve did his workshop, the dog's whining, I'm going to let her out in a second, but when Steve did his workshop last time, a couple weeks ago, because he works out of the office, I go up in our room and do the workshop. So, because I have to usually we do a meditation, so I need to be in a comfortable place and everything. So I sat on. So
you pretend that basically it's just to get the numbers up, isn't it? So you pretend you're in a different place and you have somebody else.
Yeah. But no, the other time I didn't fix our pillows or anything. So then after we were done, he's like, "You could have made it look nice." And I was like, "Whatever, it doesn't matter, right?" Because we're on Zoom. But then I forgot that actually they record them so that people who couldn't attend the workshop can still do. So I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I need to make it look nicer. Okay, I'm gonna let the dog out and I'm gonna show you something that I made today. Hang on 1 second.
Okay, we like crafts. I like seeing things that people make. I have not made anything today. I did yesterday at work. I made something with one of the girls. We opened up a pillowcase, cut it so it was a long banner, and then she decorated it. And I drew a cat for her because she likes cats.
Well,
and I'm good at doing
cats. What did you do? What is the pillowcase going to be if you cut it?
It's just going to be a long banner that she's putting in a window.
Right, you just said that, but it didn't. Banner didn't click in my head. So, well, somebody else knitted this, and I think it was this lady who, because I bought some of them too. They were on top of these juices, and it was to raise money for something. But But this is a little toque that's been knitted. Tiny little toque, toque, bobble hat. We call them toques in Canada. Yeah. But I added some string to it. And I've been asking my stepson Owen to make me something like this for quite a while, but he hasn't. So I had to take it upon myself. Now, do you know what Raynaud's syndrome is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my nose gets like so cold that I can't feel that it's snotty, and it gives me a really bad headache, and my hands get cold and my feet get cold. That's part of Raynaud's syndrome. So I made this. And honestly, it works. It's to keep my nose warm because I get a headache if it's too cold in these mornings, because, you know, we do want to turn the heat on, but we don't because we know it's spring. So we don't want to, you know, but yeah, I'm so cold. But this, because it's made of wool, it, when I breathe out of my nose, the warm air stays in there. Okay, you're looking, your elephant thinks I'm weird?
Yes.
Okay, wait, I want to take my ponytail out. It's funny with the bobble, it just looks like I look like a clown.
Have you got anything with ears on? So
what, so I can have ears
maybe
on nose?
do you have two bobbles so that you could put one, like, you need to copy what I'm doing.
Melody says it looks like I'm turning into a bird.
Oh, I was going to say mouse. So you need one like that. So, oh, I think I look funky. Hold on. Yeah, if Tyler ever says I'm not cool, like, I'm obviously cool with having a hairstyle like this. There you go. You need
cool
two.
Too, with my nose warmer.
There you go. So if you
do
have
my
two,
hair like that.
Yeah, and then you've got that and that. That needs to go up a bit, but that's basically the idea. And then you've got that, and you'd look like a little mouse.
Oh, that's what I got. What you're saying? Yeah, little mouse.
That's Danielle's nickname. You can't steal her nickname. We'll have to call you
Big Mouse.
Oh,
I won't be Little Mouse.
Big Mouse and Little Mouse.
But
there's a mouse that lives by our shed. We keep seeing him like running around with the flower pots and like scooting around, and I get so excited when I see him.
Yes, I'm okay with the mice in my garden. I know where a couple of them live, and I don't mind that at all. It's when they come into the house that they're not allowed. So if I hear them up in the loft and stuff, they're
not allowed.
No,
not allowed in.
No, we have to respect each other's environment. So I respect them having a place to live in my garden.
And do they pay rent? This is like spiders. When spiders come in, I always go, listen, unless you're going to pay me, you need to go.
I don't mind spiders in the house either. Okay, I'm trying to take this off. But so so listen, like if I have to go to the shop, I won't wear this out. But
no, please do. Please wear it if you go to the shop. I am begging you.
I have to wear my mask, so I don't know if it would work with my mask right now. But if I'm sitting in my kitchen in the morning and I'm doing my journaling and stuff and it's freezing, my nose is so cold. So I literally will wear this in my own house. Look at my nose now.
You've made me so happy.
when my hands are really cold like that, or my nose, like if I hug or and kiss Steve, like if my nose goes against him, he just like it's. But like I said, if I kiss, I'll get like a dog. I'll have a wet nose, like there'll be snot, and I won't even know because I don't feel it, which is disgusting. But even more so for him if I kiss him and it gets on him. But my hands will get so cold that when I touch him, he says it's like being touched by a dead body.
Oh my god. That is something. I mean, no, this isn't right for a live. Like, my thoughts then, I was like, we can't discuss that.
No, that's a different show altogether. Melody says she gets that sometimes. After. Which part of it?
See, I hate when my nose is cold. I hate it. I have to like.
Yeah, well, I do that too. Like I cup it and then breathe like that so the heat goes up. But I don't mind my nose being cold as much as when it gets so cold that it gives me a headache. Now I see. Now you look like a ninja.
Yes, I do. And obviously, if I hadn't have dyed my hair many years ago, I could be a ginger ninja.
You still are a ginger ninja. You're
I have been.
auburn. I have a lot of gingers in my life. For it being one of the most rare hair colors and such, like, you know, there's less gingers than any in the world. I have a lot of gingers in my life. So Steve and his kids are gingers, and you and Tyla are gingers,
And my
and
mom and my sister.
yes, and then in my family, my uncle Henry was a ginger, and then my cousin Thane, who I was talking about earlier, he's a ginger, as is his mom and Auntie Dale, my mom's sister, and more siblings in that family, like my uncles and stuff. But but then Violet is more of a blonde ginger, but then they're 4 kids, so there's a lot of ginger in my life.
We're going to take over the world. That's the
Okay.
plan.
Maybe.
I remember going to, I think it was France when I was younger. We used to do like the tent holidays, and they had the kids club that we went to, and this lady turned around and she said, "Oh, we've got 2 ginger ones," on about me and my sister. She said, "Gingers are always feisty," and I was like, "What?" And now I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Do you
Is it
know,
because I'm ginger?
I can get away with a lot of hair colors, and you are treated differently with different hair colors. And gingers are quite feisty and fiery, but I got treated differently with, so when I was younger, like, when I was blonde, people just assume that, you know, that you're not as smart because of the stereotypes, and that you're more fun, and that you're more free spirited and such. And then when you have ginger hair, they assume you're more like fiery, and I don't know. It is just weird how a hair color could get you to be treated differently.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we were doing maths when I was in year 3. Yeah, and the teacher turned around and he said, "Okay, so for the 4 gingers, can you all stand up and stand at the edge of the carpet?" And then we all stood up and stood there, and he was like, "Right, now what ratio is ginger and what ratio of the class is in?" And then he said, "Guys, don't get upset that I've just done this. Don't get angry." And I was like, "We just stood here. Like, why are we going to get angry?" He was always picking on us, like
We
the
get
4
the
of us.
gingers. But I mean, we did do that in school, where we did the where they do the ratio thing, but with different color eyes. And because I have green eyes, which is the rarest eye color, and
Tyler's got green eyes.
yeah, a ginger with green eyes, like, there you go. I mean, I realize that we're right next to Scotland and Ireland, so it's not as rare over here, but
I was
it's
going to say that.
still,
I was like right next to Ireland and Scotland. It takes like a few hours to get there, you know, Lisa. But you mean country wise, yeah, not like
yeah,
Cheshire wise.
yes. So yeah, but I'm saying that you would tend to see more gingers here than, say, if you were in um I don't know, Zimbabwe. I don't know.
France.
Right. So do you know where, do you know what country has a lot of gingers, which is not, people don't realize because they're quite dark, usually dark hair and dark. There is a lot of redhead Lebanese.
Really?
Yes. Now, Lebanon's a very small country, but because of where I lived in Edmonton, we have quite a big Lebanese population in Edmonton, in Canada. So I knew a lot of Lebanese, or you know, and so yes, but there is quite a few ginger Lebanese, and you wouldn't think that.
Well, I get really excited because every year on Facebook, this ad pops up and it's like Ginger Fest. And it's a big festival, and I can't remember where it is. I don't know if it's in Germany or I can't
There's
remember.
a
I think it's
ginger
Germany.
festival. Do you have to
Yeah.
be ginger to
You
go?
can't go. Yeah.
Well,
I just wish I could have gone. Like, obviously it wasn't on last year, but I got so excited.
you can
And then
go
I got
when.
really excited when they did a little person, you know, when you can send pictures. You know, like I am in your phone with the symbols.
Yeah.
There's a ginger one.
Is
I
there?
got so excited. Yeah, we're being recognized.
Look, feisty ninja Ginger Sam. That's what Melody called you. And Allison says, not my daughter Allison, but she says, I've got a blue eye Ginger. She's going to take over the world.
We are. You know, like Pinky and the Brain. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I am the brain sometimes because just because I'm ginger, because we are going to take over the world.
So
but we
are you
haven't
saying
yet.
that
We have not succeeded.
If and when the Gingers take over the world, that you will be their leader and it's you we have to blame?
Okay.
Isn't that what you just said?
If anybody's watching this, if anybody from MI5 or FBI or anybody's watching this, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, your head is saying yes. Your mouth might be saying
Lisa,
no.
what? No, I'm not saying that. So
you're funny.
Yeah, I just don't want to get done by, any agencies or get locked up unless it's a really nice place where I can sleep and get fed
like
loads or a spa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tyler goes in my mum and dad's hot tub.
The ginger spa. That's the prison for gingers.
Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, Tyler goes in my mum and dad's hot tub and she sits there at the edge with her arms up and my mum feeds her raspberries. I'm like, what?
Well, I can't say anything because me and my sister, first of all, Melody says, ha ha ha, Sam makes me laugh so hard. And then
just don't pee when you laugh, because at the minute I sneeze and laugh and I pee. So
that we're at that age and we're all moms, so we have that issue. But so my next door to my mom's house is a house and it's owned by a man named David. And
surprise.
Yeah. And he's owned it since the 80s and he's younger than my parents, but older than me and my sister. And at one point when I was living in the upstairs of that house next door to my parents, David ended up selling his house and moving into the basement of his own house. But so I was living in the upstairs suite and he had the downstairs suite.
Okay.
Yes. So he is quite a well-off man, even though he chose to come back and live in this smaller house, but he didn't need much because he was single and, so he had finer taste of things in life. So he liked to barbecue and he liked to barbecue like steak and shrimp and like some tasty food, lobster or whatever. Right. And then we had this, when he sold his house, he got rid of a bunch of stuff and he does have a daughter. So she was younger then. And he had like one of those big swimming pools with the blow up ring around it. So we got that for free from him because he sold his house. So he didn't need all that stuff. So then we had it in the garden at that house next door to my parents. So my mom after work, she would come over and relax in the big pool with me. And Melody after work would come over and chill in the pool. And one time when we were in the pool and David was barbecuing and he was feeding us, like while we were in the pool, we'd like swim over to the edge and he would like give us a bite of steak or shrimp. And I was like, this is the life. And one time, same place, me and Melody got this like huge thing that you would probably bring to the seaside or the lake. It was like this huge, we have pictures of it, I'll have to try and find them, huge octopus, but on top of the pond, it took up the whole pool. So it had these big legs that blew up and then the big body. And so we had this game where we were trying to like jump on top of it and try to get on top and stay on top. We had such a blast with that pool.
There used to be at Sandbach Leisure Centre during the summer holidays, my mum would let me and Jacqueline go. I can't remember if Kimberly went, but me and Jacqueline used to go, and it used to be like a fun day during school holidays, and you could just go to different areas. So there was one where there was like a ping pong room, which was the drama studio at the high school, because it was all connected. And then in the sports hall, there was loads of different sports going on that you could join in. And in the pool, they had a big octopus and loads of floats. And you used to have, like, everyone used to play. It was really good. It was really good. I used to love that. They don't do them anymore.
I don't know if I have pictures of this, but I'll look on the internet. But that just reminded me of a swimming pool that was by our house growing up. It was actually attached to our high school. But you could go in an underground hallway from the high school to the swimming pool. So in the
How
wintertime,
dodgy.
in the wintertime, you wouldn't even have to go outside. You could.
Yeah, but that's dodgy. That's like, come to our underground tunnel. We'll
Yeah,
take
well,
you
no,
to
but
the
remember we have
pool.
lots of basements and stuff in Canada. So in the basement of the high school, there was a gymnasium, like not a gymnasium, but a workout gym, like with equipment and so. Anyways, so the swimming pool had two different pools, and one of them was a very very deep, like I think it was 12 feet deep or whatever. Like it was because it had a really high tower.
This
Uh,
reminds me of like Scream, or I know what you
no,
did last
listen.
summer.
So it had a really deep pool because there's two different size diving boards, plus there was a huge tower. So you go up on the tower and dive. You know, like when they do in Olympics and stuff. It wasn't the Olympic high tower, but it was lower. Anyways, so it was a really deep pool, but they had this huge log, and it was made of like some kind of foam, like a hard foam. But it was this huge, huge log, and sometimes they'd put it in the big deep pool, and you would try and get on it, and everybody and it would roll. It was huge. It
But
was so
but if you
fun.
couldn't get on it, you were a goner, and then they'd
Well,
discard
you
your
weren't allowed in the
body in the
deep
tunnel.
pool. You had to swim a length back and forth to get a mark on your shoulder to show that you could swim to be in the deep pool.
Okay, it just sounds dodgy, Lisa. I'm not gonna lie. It's
No, it's awesome. But this is me jumping off the tower. You can't think about it. If you stand up there and look around and look how high it is and everything, you psych yourself out. You got to just go and you just got to jump. But even if I would jump, I'd be like, ah! And people thought it looked like I was trying to fly.
you're
Get
like
back
a
up.
little you're like Tweety Pie in your yellow.
I know. Every
Oh.
time I'd scream and, and hit the water. I never dive off of it. I always went feet first.
This reminds me of a very important post that I'm gonna tell everybody, especially those with children. Make sure when you go swimming, your swimsuit is not blue or like a purple. You need to have a bright color just in case.
In case you're at the bottom of the pool.
Yeah, safety. This is safety. Because if somebody, like, if you're like actually drowning, like,
They just think you're part of the water, the waves.
yes, there was a post on Facebook. So parents with children, parents, those who have children, there we go. Make
Which are
sure
all
you,
parents.
yeah. I'm tired. I slept in at work last night. I got home at like
Nobody cares.
9. No, Lisa. No.
I mean, tell us again, we care.
Okay. Yeah, so parents, make sure you dress your children in like a yellow or a pink.
Yeah, even if they don't want to.
Or orange.
But also, there's rules for swimming. You need to be an arm's distance from your children. And we grew up at the lake. So every summer for the whole 2 months of summer holidays, because we got more summer holidays than you guys here, because we're awesome.
If your mum wasn't watching, I would do a hand gesture. But I respect your mum.
Yeah, mom doesn't have a good connection right now anyway. So yes, anyways, we grew up at the lake for the summer. So we, because we did a lot of swimming, even without the adults in the water, we still had rules, which you probably know for the seaside. There's different rules at seaside because of the tide coming in and out. There's specific things that you need to know for safety.
Yeah.
Like rip tides and everything else. Well, for us, it was all, you never swim alone. So
No.
even if we were kids and we were in the water, you never swim alone. You stay together because if anything happens, then there's somebody with you. So Melody was talking about Ollie the octopus at O'Leary swimming pool, and Violet says we sell blue life jackets, which we now realize are bad.
Yeah.
Just like you said. And Melody says same as West Edmonton Mall when it said to keep your arm crossed, and when the drop the bottom, you flung your arms up. Oh, right. Okay, I know what she's talking about. Okay. And Allison said the water here is too cold to go in. Allison, where are you? And okay, so Melody's talking about, okay, so West Edmonton Mall is one of the biggest indoor water parks in the world. and it has so many flumes. So flumes are water slides, whatever you want to call them. Like so many. I don't remember if you saw the pictures from when we went in Canada. I even added videos. But anyways, they changed there. Okay, there's two that that are very high. One's called Nessie's Revenge. So Nessie is like, you know, Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
So Nessie's Revenge goes like this, and then it has a bump, and it goes like that. And then there's the Sky Screamer, which is just like that. So when in Nessie's Revenge, because it's like a bump, you used to start in a bit of a thing like that, and then you go down. But on the Sky Screamer, because it's almost straight down, you used to like you basically hung over the edge until your body just slid down. But now they've changed it where they have these pods that you stand in, and you might have seen them on the internet where they close you in this like a glass dome pod, and you stand with your legs crossed and then your arms crossed, and you're supposed to go like that, and then it goes 3, 2, 1, and then the bottom falls out, and for like these milliseconds you're just floating in air, and then boom, you go down.
Can I just ask where this is?
Well, lots of water parks have those type of things now.
Right, I'm gonna be avoiding them.
But this is in Edmonton where we grew up. So every year at the end of the school year, we'd go on a field trip to the water park. But it's huge, huge, huge. Just like I said, it's one of the biggest indoor pools in the world. But they also have this other one that's like a loop now. It's a tube and it loops around. And if you're not heavy enough or the water pressure isn't enough, you get stuck in the loop. Like you can't make it around. So they have a trap right there where it opens so they can get you out there in case you can't make it around. Listen, I was heavy enough to make it around the loop. But that one has the thing too where it's like 3, 2, 1. And so what Melody's talking about is that you have to keep your arms crossed like you're supposed to. But they're like, okay, ready? And 3, 2, 1. My arms went, just reaction. My arms went like this.
I am avoiding those.
No, it's so fun. If I had all the money in the world, not all the money in the world, but if I was super rich, besides having a chef, not because I don't like cooking, but because I like eating more, I would travel around the world. And Steve wants to do, like, even though he has a broken neck, he loves roller coasters. So we would go around the world going on roller coasters and for me, it's the haunted houses. I would go on haunted houses and water slides. The only thing I don't like is that you need to like really be in shape because you got to do the stairs. So obviously the higher the water slide, the more stairs there are to get to the top. So if you want to do it all day long, your legs are like really sore from going up.
Good exercise.
So I always thought they should have like lifts, like elevators. They should just have a row of them, and then it has a name on each, which slide, and then you just get in and keep going up. Yeah, electricity and water don't mix well, but
water power. Water power.
Yes.
There you go. But going back to rides, so I love Disney. That's the only thing I like. Only theme park that I like is Disney. Now, we went when we were younger, and the haunted house, no, it's a no from me. And we went on the ride, and I was literally trying to get into my mum's coat, like I was petrified. So my parents decided to take me back round to show me how everything works, but the ride broke down.
Oh.
And a guy was coming round going boo and bah. Oh my, no, it was awful. And then Kimberly, Jacqueline and I went Disney when I was 18 or 17, and we went, and they literally had to pick me up, both of them, to get me into the haunted house. I'm not good. But there's a film, a hotel film, a Disney one again. I love Disney. Where they're in a hotel and they go up in the lift, but they can't get past a certain floor, and it drops. So last year me and Jacqueline took Tyler for a birthday, if you remember.
Yes. To France, to the Disney World or Land or whatever in France. Disneyland Paris, is that what it's called? Yes,
that's it. And there's this, and I hate this ride, and I always hate it. And we took a picture, which I'll send to you at some point. And it's Tyler's like this on the ride. She's like, and Jacqueline's like, and I'm like this. Like, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Jacqueline is like, this is an amazing view, because you go right to the top and you see all the park, and I'm like, I don't know, is it? It like no, like, oh, it's
So
horrible.
wait, are you saying that if I had all the money to take us on trips everywhere, you wouldn't go in the haunted houses with me?
Yeah.
And what about the haunted house that we're going to put on here when it's safe to do so? When I put on the Halloween haunted
I
houses.
can do that because I'll help
So
create
you'll
it.
be someone who scares people. You just don't want to be scared.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's good with me.
Imagine me scaring someone though. I'll be like, ah, and they'd
Yeah.
just go,
Boo.
yeah, they'd go like, you're 4 foot. Like, no.
We'll figure it out. Trust me. We can do this. I'll find something for you to do.
Small people are feisty. Small and ginger.
Yeah, small and they're pulling people's ankles.
I'd be like, I have no soul, so I need yours.
We don't even have to put white face paint on you. You're so pale that you'll just like.
You're so lucky that your mum is watching right now.
Oh, Samantha, my little punching bag.
Emotional punching bag. Take her back to Canada, please, Melody.
No, my dad told Steve no returns, and that's actually true. He
Didn't say that to me though, did he? I'll send you both.
So unfortunately, and this is no shot at you because I love talking to you, but we have to say goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. No, that's hello. No, I think that is goodbye. It's time to go. Goodbye.
That's all you know.
I hope you had good fun. I can't be the song. Hold on. Goodbye. It's time to run. Goodbye. I hope you had good fun. I say goodbye to you and all your friends. I say goodbye. I can't remember the ending, but
American
goodbye.
Sign Language and what do you guys call it here again? Do you call it British Sign Language?
BSL.
Yeah, it's different. But if this is Friends in American, and you did this, or how did you?
Weird.
Did you? Oh, the same way, like that.
Yeah, friends.
We are friends. We are friends.
Mm.
We know each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I do have to say goodbye. Is there anything you would like to say? I noticed that I do that with a lot of my guests. I don't give them a chance to say any last words. I'm just like, okay, we gotta go, bye. So I will be quiet and give you an opportunity to say whatever you want to say as your last words for the rambling hour.
I'm glad you said last words for the rambling hour, not just like last words. No, thanks for having me on, really. And next time I'm on, we'll do out of the box goodbye song.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but we can even practice it before then so that I know it. Oh, and okay, so my friend Jess from New Brunswick, that's in the Maritimes in Canada, she is going to be my guest one of these days, and we're going to do a slumber party. So what? Exactly. So it's okay that it's during the day or whatever, but we're still going to do a slumber party. So, but what I'm thinking now is not just having her as my guest as a slumber party, but maybe I'll figure out like a Zoom call where we can have like, even if only a few of us are the speakers, we can have like anybody who wants to join in the slumber party.
You can record Zoom calls as well, because my sister uses it for Taskmaster.
Yes, and I don't know why your sister's doing Taskmaster, but I love that show. And
she's the Taskmaster to us.
Oh, like you guys play the game? The board game? Yeah, we have the board game too. We haven't played it yet. But if you guys don't know, look up Taskmaster on like, I don't know if there's some episodes on YouTube or whatever, but it's a really awesome show over here. And actually, I think they do have an American version now. I don't know if they have a Canadian version, but so anyways, Taskmaster. Okay, Zoom. Yes, that's what Steve and Jackie use for their workshops as well. But I think, and I don't know for sure, but I think that some people who do like videos and stuff, you can somehow link your Zoom to your Facebook Live. I don't know if because it can show up on your Facebook while the Zoom call is, so it will still be a Facebook Live in a sense. So yes, I'll look into that and see if we can do a Zoom slumber party with my rambling hour, which is really cool. And I think even though it was a Christmas book I read before. I think I should probably do a special bonus episode with me reading a book for the children again soon. All right, well, that's some things to look forward to.
Yay.
Thank you for being our guest, Samantha. Our guest, me and my personalities. And
Okay.
and I hope you have a good week and a good Canadian Mother's Day, even though you're not Canadian. And everybody else, love you guys. And I hope you guys had a good Mother's Day if you're in Canada, America, and that you guys have a good week coming up. And your assignment this week is to watch the movie Soul if you haven't already seen it, and if you're able to watch it. And you can watch What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding Jr. as well if you have access to it. Otherwise, we will see you next Sunday. And I love you guys. Take care, and it's all good. Don't sweat the small stuff. Stay in the moment. Okay, thanks everyone. We'll see you next week. Love you. Bye, Samantha. Love you.